Am I the a-hole for refusing to bend on my boundary about kids? Make sure to follow and subscribe. Thanks for all the support. I, 30 female, have been seeing Ben, 32 male, for a few months. On the 5th date, I brought up some more topics from our dating profiles. I specifically asked him about his stance on children, as his profile said he didn't want any, but was open to kids. Mine states that I don't have any, and I don't want any. During the conversation, he stated he always seen himself as a father and hadn't even considered not having any. I said I have no plans to have children, as I like my child-free lifestyle. He started saying how cute my kid would be, but was cut short when the food came and the topic dropped. After a few days later, he texted me about being quieter than normal and asked if it was the kid topic. I said it was, that I had been thinking about our conversation, and I don't think we're along the line term as he possibly wants children. So I don't think we should continue, as I don't want to lead him on. Whoa, that's mad respect. Like, after 5 dates, you know you're vibing with this person, but as something is so serious about wanting kids, you wouldn't want to deny him that future. You already know what you are about. There's no reason to try and be convinced. You already know. And that guy shouldn't be convinced on whether or not to have kids. He should be able to find someone that wants kids. And man, is that super awesome and mature of you to just be straightforward with them. We need a lot more of that in our life. He was upset and said he wouldn't date someone with kids, but always assumed the woman he'd date would want them. He continued saying it was too early for those kind of deep conversations, and we should have waited. I don't know, man. Deep conversations can happen at any point, and they should be able to happen at any point. That's kind of like how you know whether or not you're really going to be in a relationship for real with somebody. If you can easily talk to them about a subject like that, you guys got some chemistry. If it becomes this, come on. It's like a little bit of a red flag, right? It's like, oh man, this guy doesn't want to date anybody with children, but he wants children someday. That's fine, but that's not what I want, is what OP is saying. Mad respect. I said it's a massive deal breaker for me, as I'm currently taking steps to ensure I will never be able to have children in the future. He got more upset and compared it to me asking if he's ready to move across country. This isn't black and white, and there are pros and cons to both. Ben went on to say it's a topic that is layered and we know so little about each other, but we have potential, so don't throw away a whole relationship over a small disagreement. Hey bud, this ain't a small disagreement. Whether you want kids or not is one of the most important things you can decide as a couple. That's a really big deal. I said I was getting the procedure done, so children isn't a compromise situation for me, and the timing of the conversation would never have changed my stance. Ben said I was drawing a very aggressive line for us. Ben stated that we haven't even built enough of a relationship for me to hear him. He wants to continue the conversation in person instead of over text. Am I the a-hole for the way I handled the situation? I don't want to continue knowing he possibly wants kids. I truly can't see where this is something that isn't so clear. Edit. We are not together anymore, as this was the breakup text exchange. Okay, well that's thank you, OP, for that update. Immediately, you're not the a-hole. Drawing a line, a very clear line, about such a delicate subject, it's really important. It's really mature of you and really immature of them for you to be starting to say, hey, if kids is something you want, it's not going to be with me. You're not going to change my mind. You don't have that power. You don't have magic dick juice. It's going to be like, oh man, I just can't get enough of that penis. I need to go out and make sure I have kids for you. That's not going to happen. I don't know why men always think that they have the skills to negotiate and make a girl say whatever the hell they want. It's a gross habit, and men really got to stop it. Bad boy. She said she didn't want kids, and you're like, no, hold on, wait. Maybe if you dated me for a year, you'd want kids. No, she wouldn't. You're being crazy. I'm glad you broke up, and I'm glad you're moving on with your life, because you deserve to have somebody who's on the same page as you. And if you can't even get on the same page after 5 dates, you're not going to get on the same page after 100. It's just not going to magically click. Not the a-hole. And you handled this so mature, as you would hope, being your age, right? Let's read some comments. Not the a-hole. You don't want kids and he does. Why continue seeing each other if you're not aligned long term? You did the right thing. Also, I don't like how he said it was too early to have the conversation. Why would you not make sure you're aligned early into the relationship? Again, you did the right thing, not the a-hole. Exactly. There is never a too early time to find out whether or not you want kids. Me and my partner were talking about it pretty much immediately. But then again, within a few months of our relationship, my wife was already convinced she was going to marry me. and was telling me so. And I found that really cute and endearing because I want somebody that wants me like that, right? And we want kids. We talked about it at first, but we're also 100% okay if kids don't happen because as two disabled people who are currently struggling super hard, we're not really sure if we're going to be in a position financially to ever bring kids into the world. But we're also two people who are very okay with adopting at any age. You know, there's a bunch of people out there that need homes, and there's a bunch of ways to provide. And to have a kid and have that rewarding part of your life, helping somebody grow and nurturing them. The problem with a lot of people is they want babies. And that's a whole different subject, right? Like, it sucks. Like, people need to adopt non-babies. One commenter says, I know 2 women who that happened to. One gave in and had a child. I know she loves her child, but I think if she can go back in time, she most likely would not have had that child. That's what's the shame, right? They got pressured into doing something that they didn't want to do. I mean, again, mad respect. They love their child. They love their kid. But being convinced to do something in your heart you know that you don't want to do is kind of a crappy feeling and something your partner should never do. Not the a-hole. What do y'all think?